Welcome to Making Waves. I'm Tara Slone. Up till now on this show, we've been introducing you to people in the Bay Area who are making a difference in hockey. Well, this person is making an impact in hockey, but he certainly needs no introduction. Sharks forward Luke Kunin was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when he was young, and it was a conversation with an NHL player that gave him the confidence that he could live with this disease and play hockey at a high level. Well, now Luke wants to be that NHL player for the next generation. Here's my conversation with Luke. Well, Luke, you were diagnosed as being diabetic when you were 12 years old, but I'm curious what led up to that, because obviously it doesn't just appear out of nowhere.
Yeah, playing hockey pretty competitively like any kid. You know, I thought I was playing well, but I guess, you know, my parents kind of saw the fatigue and the lack of energy, you know, more so than I could have, and you know, wasn't sleeping a lot at night, waking up a bunch, going to the bathroom, drinking a lot of water, and, you know, those were kind of the signs. And I knew nothing about it before. We went into the hospital, found out real quick, and, you know, luckily we found out early enough where nothing too bad happened, and kind of the rest is history.
Did anything cross your mind at that moment when it comes to, you know, oh my God, am I going to still be able to play the sport I love?
Yeah.
What's going to happen to my life?
Yeah, well, first question I asked the doctor was, am I going to die? You know, I didn't know what it was. 12-year-old kid, never been around people, you know, with type 1 diabetes or anything like that. He said no, and then I was like, can I still play hockey? And he said yeah, and then, you know, kind of from that point on, it was, okay, I'll just deal with this however I have to you know, do what I want to do.
So, yes, you can still do it, but there is a special amount of care that you need to take in terms of just taking care of yourself and blood sugar. So take me through the, you know, day in a life of a hockey player with diabetes.
Yeah, I mean, there is, you know, a few more struggles, I think. I still, you know, try to say to kids and families, you're still pretty lucky being able to do everything you want to do with having it. You know, I always think it could be a lot worse, but, you know, you just got to make sure your sugars are under control. You know, leading up to practices, games, I'm always checking, making sure they're, you know, the right numbers so I can get through practice without, you know, any problems. And, you know, you got the training staff and people kind of in your corner to help you out. But just being, you know, responsible, mature throughout the whole process, I think, you know, you get used to it as you get older, and it gets, you know, a little bit easier.
So the T1D Fund and organization, what inspired you to start that?
Yeah, I think a big reason was, like I said, having, you know, an NHL player call me when I was, you know, young, making it, you know, something I thought, you know, this is possible, someone's doing it. I think just being able to talk to kids, families, whether they play sports or not, really just letting them know that, you know, this won't stop you from doing whatever it is you want to do, and kind of having that mindset and trying to be that role model that, you know, I always wanted to play in the NHL. You know, I didn't let type 1 diabetes kind of, you know, hold me back or stop me from doing what I wanted to do. So that's really the main thing. What do you hear from these kids that you meet? I think, you know, they're very appreciative. They're asking a lot of questions. It's everyone's, I think, experience and situation's a little different. So just giving my 2 cents of kind of how I deal with, you know, with some of the situations, things, whether it's in school, sports, whatever it may be, just trying to help in any way you can. And you know, parents as well. I think, you know, when you got younger kids, the parents and, you know, siblings' role is also pretty big. And you know, it's just, it's cool to see. It's, you know, win or lose after games, being able to talk to, you know, the kids and the families, it's something, you know, very special to me, and I really enjoyed better about it.
How many kids would you say you meet every year through this?
It's hard to say. You know, it's great having, you know, all the games and talking to them after games, but, you know, sometimes on the road, we'll have kids. There's, you know, being from St. Louis, you know, the connections we have there, if, you know, family or someone you know gets diagnosed, just talking to kids wherever it is, you know, just through the relationships you have, especially in the hockey community, you know how tight, you know, knit that is, and word gets around, and I'm happy to do it whenever I can.
This is an initiative that started in Nashville, and then you brought it here. I'm certain that the Sharks were totally on board right away.
Absolutely, yeah. The Sharks have been awesome, helping with everything that I need, and doing a great job.
And last but not least, to have this line, which part of the proceeds go to the fund. So tell me about this. You're wearing the shirt.
Yeah, just a little bit of merch that, some of the, I think 50% goes to, Luke Kunin TUND Foundation, which 100% of that 100% of it goes to JDRF research and, just trying to, have a world without type 1.
Finally, I guess, what would your message be for a kid out there who maybe was just diagnosed with diabetes?
I would just say there's going to be ups and downs. Just stay with it. I think from a young age I'd get really frustrated. When your sugars are high, low, you're doing all the right things and you just can't control it all the time. And I spent a lot of emotions and time worrying about that. And there's going to be good days and bad days. I think just, every day doing the best you can to, make sure you're as healthy as you can so you can, not let it stop you from doing whatever it is, you want to do.
They're lucky to have you as a role model, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Thanks, Luke.
Thanks.